Welcome back. So, exciting unboxing, or, well, I'm not going to lie to you, it's not an unboxing as such, because I have actually already opened this because I wanted to make sure it was all set up and ready to roll for this video. So, I'm going to be showing off the packaging, some of the extras that I've got, and of course, the system connected and running. So, without further ado, let's crack on. I do have another part to this video which I'm going to be adding into this one later on, so keep watching. You'll actually see some footage of me out and about reviewing it on the go. So, straight away, nice package, some good quality packaging. They've done a really good job with this. I was a little bit worried because of the distance it travels. But yeah, no, it's a sturdy case, and as you'll see when you open this up, now this was inside like a white film bag as well, but I've obviously had to take it out of that. So it comes with this nice, really nice sort of sturdy foam protective cover over the top, which is really nice. It was definitely reassured me when I opened it that it was going to be fine. And if we take it out, we can just pop that to the side for a second. You will see that we've got the usual instructions. Usually I know I say don't bother, well I don't say don't bother, but I know most of us don't bother reading the instructions, but in this case there are a few things, particularly this page, which are very important, which I'll come back to in a bit, but I would recommend reading the instructions this time. If you are buying one of these now, you will get your latches inside here, and you will get a couple of white ones. But because I got this through the Kickstarter, it's come with some nice green ones, which I do have the white ones as well. But I've got some nice green latches, that's to attach it to the system. So I'll come back to that in a minute. Use them. Pop that back in there for safekeeping. Very nice. This is all solid. Oops, try not to shake the camera too much. And then I went and knocked it again. Clever. Sorry about that, everyone. Solid foam. Yeah, with a bit of resistance. It feels like that could, feels like I could take a knock and not worry about that with that inside, with that screen. So yeah, I'm impressed with the packaging. Very good job. Well done to those guys. Now, xScreen, or UPspec, done a fantastic job. So not only can you get these green, well, not only can you get these if you were a Kickstarter, but you get the white ones, but there are options for, I think, blue and red. So there are some extra colours that you can choose from. And then there's the case. Now, I've put that back on there just for now, but I did damage it slightly trying to take it off. So we'll take that off now. Get rid of that, because I won't need that again now. So, popping that to the side. Sturdy case. This I'm very impressed with. It's got a good handle. Doesn't feel like that's going to break anytime soon. So they've done a really, really good job of all of this. And as you'll see in a minute, it does a really good job of fitting everything inside. So if I just open that up, straight away you'll see there's a couple of Velcro straps. They're just to help you tidy your cables, keep it neat and tidy. So I've just left them in there for now. You've got a little storage area at the top. Put cables, any batteries, anything else you want to do, and take with you on the go. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to I'll show all that in there in due course. So straight away, if I get my my little Series S out, we are going to take this screen. And there's no real point in opening it up until I've fitted it, I don't think. So let's just pop it on. Fits straight on, simple as, absolutely no effort whatsoever. And then all you do is you take your little latches, Pop them inside. Screw it up. It does say not to screw them too tight. I assume that's because they don't want you to ruin the thread on the screw on the nut on the inside. I would imagine if you did that, it would be a big problem to try and repair it. So just a little thing. It's in the instructions again. They're definitely worth reading on something like this. And then just gently tighten it up, and that is permanently fixed to there. Right, so and there it is. Now if we just open it up, you'll see straight away, and there it is. Absolutely stunning, fits perfectly. There is a slight recess in the screen. I was slightly concerned because of the fan. As if you've got a Series S, you'll know the fan is just slightly raised out of the system, and I was a little bit worried that it might touch the screen. So because the screen has a recess back slightly, it just sits perfectly, and there's a couple of little rubber feet on the end as well, just to help it stop it from closing too much. And there it is. Right, so fairly simple so far. What we'll do is we'll fire it up, show you it in action, and then I'll show you it boxed up and put away with all of the cables and everything with it. Now I do have, and some of you may also have, the memory card to put extra storage in. That just slots in, so that's that done. Simple as that. That's the memory more than doubled. And then all you need is one power cable, which is the one that you got with your Series S. That just goes in there. That's in and on. Brought myself a controller. And I will say that if you are in a vehicle, you can get inverters that plug into the cigarette lighter, as we used to call it, which now I believe it's just referred to as the 12-volt socket. And that looks a bit like one of these. And that is the one I'm using, which is a Bestek 300 Sine power inverter. It's very important that you get a pure Sine inverter, because apparently it does cause issues. So I will be leaving a link in the description for this one. This one works absolutely brilliantly, and it doesn't even get that warm. In fact, I've only used it a couple of times, but there's only a very slight warmth after an hour or so of using it. So I'm very impressed with that so far. So I'll pop that to the side. That's if you're going to be doing it mobile. And then let's just move that out of the way. I'm going to open this fully so that you can see straight away, as soon as you power it up, or as soon as you flip the screen open, it comes on, and then you just press the button on your controller or press the button on the console, and there it is. And we are not checking for updates, and I'm not currently connected to the internet, but in my next section of this video you will see me using it connected to my phone. So there it is. As you can see, I'm mostly running just single player games on it. I don't really want to be streaming playing multiplayer games on the go, particularly. Not that you can't, you can do. This is just a personal preference. I have tried Sea of Thieves, it works great. Yeah, so that is that. And then as you can see, the color on the screen, actually, it is I believe it's an IPS screen. So it's not HDR, but it is an IPS screen, so you do get a really good quality to the colors and the resolution. It is a 1080p screen, but on this system, it doesn't matter because it does do 60 frames. So everything looks absolutely stunning. And as you will see later on in the next section, you'll see how stunning they do look. Right, so I'm going to just power that back off, and what we will do now is put it away in the box. So I'm going to close that up, going to unplug that. Trying not to shake the camera, but I'm not very good at that, unfortunately. I seem to do it even when I'm trying not to. Alright, so what I'm going to do, this is what I do, is I'm just going to roll the cable up neatly. Now there are those Velcro ties in the bag, but I just happen to have this one. Nice little short black one, it's not too... The white ones are good, they're a bit long for me, so I just wanted something that would just do the job, hold it together. That's the cable sorted. And now if I move that to the side, you will see. Let me just make sure that's in camera. Right, let's have a look. So, opening that back up. System slides straight in. Perfection. You've got room for your controller, like that. And then there's a little square cut out here, which I can only assume, and it probably does say it in the packing instructions, but I haven't read that bit. Not following my own advice, I know. But it seemed obvious that that is where a plug fits. And that sits like that perfectly. I tend to carry a USB cable because the controller has a battery in it. That will fit in it. I've got my 12 volt adapter. That goes in there. And you just close it up. Zip it up. And it is that simple. And that is so neat and so convenient. So as I'm going to mention later on in my other part of the video, or at least I think I did, I have a game Vanguard case which we use for when we're going away, but it's, I would say, at least 3 times bigger than this and at least twice as deep. It's not an easy thing to cart around, and it is essentially like taking another suitcase with you. It's big. It does have a big, I think it's a 17-inch screen inside it. So obviously it's got a bigger screen, but it's not 60 frames, and it's only a 720p screen. So on a whole, this is just more convenient, better resolution on the screen, and I can't fault it so far. It's been absolutely brilliant, and definitely worth the money if you are the sort of person that travels a lot and wants to take a system with them. You've got kids, maybe they, move between houses and they want to bring it with them wherever they go. Just, there's so many possibilities for this thing. You're going on holiday, you're going camping, there's just so many options. And because it's so small, it's only literally, like as you saw, the Series S is only that much of it. So if you've got a Series S, it's no more than slightly bigger than the controller's worth on the side. That's how big it is. It's brilliant. Right, I'm gonna leave it there, and then I'm gonna go on to the next part of the video, so stay with me. Okay, so here we go. On-site test and review. We're gonna see how well this looks. And how well it works. So first things first, I'm going to put that to one side, and in here I'm going to show you the device that I bought to power it whilst in the vehicle. So this is the Bestek 300 watt Sine power inverter. So this was off eBay, and I will leave a link into the description of which one I got. And I will start by, actually I don't want to undo that. I'm just going to plug this in. Okay, so it's got a little switch on it, so switch it on. Okay, great start. Does work. I've tested. Oh, there we go. I turned it off. Right, so there we go. So that is powered, but I'm going to leave that off for a second because it recommends you should plug it in first and then turn it on. So let me just leave that down there for a second. And then this is the xScreen. This is the case that you can buy separately. I highly recommend it. It's a fantastic, well-made. Let me just give you a quick, just before I unzip it, just a quick, it's a good sort of rigid semi-rigid case. You've got a good handle, feels sturdy, definitely worth the money. And then inside we have the setup as I've got it. I like to carry these strip cables, or these strip tie things, are like Velcro on one side, so they stick to themselves, but they also stick to the inside lining, which is really useful because as you've seen with that, I like to carry a long USB cable with me in case I need to charge and play. And I always have a Xbox Play and Charge kit, so I never run out of battery. And then what I've been doing there is I've been using that to basically Velcro that onto the top. Keeps the cable up and out of my way. You've got a nice little pocket on the side here, so that's where I keep my little 12 volt converter if I need to charge the controller. So that's all there for that. Obviously you've got a controller, I'm going to pop that over there out the way for now. Power cable, and of course the xScreen. So I'm just going to pop that to the side for 1 second. And this is an optional thing, more for my peace of mind, because I do keep that case inside my work bag, so I'm a bit conscious of something squishing it, and I was a little bit concerned because of the way that this circular grill sticks out just ever so slightly. The screen is compensated for it, it is sunk back in, so it's not like it's going to touch the screen, but my worry was more if something presses on it, it might touch the screen. So for my peace of mind, I just had a glasses, one of those soft cloths that you get with glasses and sunglasses and things, and I like to just put that over there and then close it off. Just gives me a bit of extra peace of mind, but it's probably not necessary. Okay, so, and there it is, already set up and ready to roll. So what we're going to do now is I put my own little one of these, just a shorter Velcro strap that I had off something else rather than the big white one, because they were a bit long for what I needed. So I'm just going to plug this in, and I'm going to just close that back up a second while we plug that in. As you can see in the back of there, I've got the 1 terabyte external storage as well. So with this being a mobile device, I don't really want to have to take it out, plug it in to update it, or at least update the games. So what I'm doing is I'm taking that out, which isn't easy to take out, I admit. It's not very easy to get a hold of it when it's inside there with this case around it, but it is possible. It doesn't help that I've got big hands. And then I take that out and I plug that into my other Series S that I've got at home. The games automatically update. I take it out and then plug it back into here. Job's a good one. So we've got that plugged in. I'm going to switch this on now. And looks like on my vehicle I have to have the ignition on in order to get the cable to, oops, excuse me, turn the wipers off. So in order to get the power to come on, I have to have the ignition on. There we go. So another bonus advantage to this case is that you can actually just, if you just zip it back up just for safety, gives you something to put the unit on. It sits across your lap quite nicely, so I like that. That's good. So it is, as you can see from there, screen lights up, there's a little blue light, and we are ready to roll. And there it is, powering on. What I haven't done yet is I haven't connected this to the internet via my phone, so I will have to do that in a minute. Okay, welcome back. I have connected the Series S to my phone to get some internet, so now we are going to power it back on and let's see how it goes. Straight away, there we go. Automatically the screen comes on when you turn the console on, and I believe when you close the screen it shuts the system down as well, so that's good. Straight on, there we are, and as you can see there we've got a series of games. So let's just start with some Sea of Thieves. Straight away, the speed of the system is so much quicker than trying to use the cloud. Obviously the picture quality is so much better because it's an actual system, mobile, rather than streaming the system to your phone. So there's a big advantage there, but obviously the downside is it is a lot more expensive to buy. Just depends on what you prefer doing. xCloud is great for what it is, for what if you just need to just jump in and maybe do some rewards, or maybe somebody's just invited you to a game while they're, like on Sea of Thieves, somebody's just finishing off and they ask you to jump in while they're cashing in because they've got space. You jump on the ship, you get the gold, you log back out again. It's great. But unless you've got a 5G signal or a really strong 4G signal, it's not brilliant to play on, unless it's a small indie game. The indie games tend to be okay on xCloud, but anything that's like a live connection, yeah, the lag sometimes gets a bit too much. Unfortunately, here in the UK, we need a much better internet system, and soon. So there we go, that was pretty quick. That's loading in. What do we reckon? Daggertooth first time, yeah, as always. I think it's the rules on Sea of Thieves, you've got to have Daggertooth at least once. At least. Well, let's hope it puts me somewhere sunny for the purposes of the video. Look at that. Oh, Sanctuary first time. Sea of Thieves. The Pirate Lord is looking down on me today. So there we go. So straight away you can see runs really well. Looks great. Little bit of rubber banding, just a tiny touch just here and there, but it's not at the point where it's a problem, and it does seem to have stopped now. So still doing it occasionally. So I'm on a 4G connection, but with only about 3 bars at the moment, so that's understandable, but this is still a lot better than trying to play it on the cloud. Obviously the picture quality is much better, you're not getting that screen tearing that you get. You're getting 60 frames, which you don't get very easily on the cloud, on the cloud. So yeah, jump into another game. So one of the plus sides of the Series X console, Series consoles, is that you should have quick resume. So let me try, before we go any further, let me just see whether. So just quickly jump into Halo, and because I've played it previously and I've also had to power off the system and turn it back on again, quick resume automatically remembered where I was and just jumped me back in. So there's a bit of Halo, and then we're just going to quickly jump back into Forza, and it's straight back into Forza. So quick resume is a marvel, and the fact that it works even when you power down the system is nothing short of magic. It's not perfect yet. There are some games like Sea of Thieves, because it's an online game, you can't do it because you can't always be inside the online world. But other games, it just is a bit temperamental. One of the best games I find works with it is Hitman. Hitman works flawlessly, even though it has to connect to an online server. When it disconnects, it just disconnects, and then when you reconnect to the system, it just keeps searching in the background until it connects again, and it doesn't give you any interruptions whatsoever. More games need to be made like that, because it is...
Welcome back, Mike.
Absolute genius. This game works very well with it as well, but sometimes, there we go, it does say can't connect. But usually just the press of a button and it'll retry, and then failing on else you can just go solo. So there's that, and you've got the full 60 frames. Looks good. looks smooth, sounds great. It's quite loud. I actually didn't think it was that loud before, but it seems to be dependent on the game. There we go, unable to join session. And what I usually do there is just go solo. Saves on data as well then. So that's that. And then of course, you've got all of your other options. Everything works because it's just a console. So, you know, it's absolutely brilliant. I'm in awe of how well it works, and the fact that quick resume just jumps you to and from games even when you turn it off is going to be a lifesaver. You've got your cloud storage there, so I'd just like to just occasionally check to make sure that there's not been a use anywhere else. But even when it does, it only takes a second to download your saves, and there you go, we're straight back into another game. There is an update coming for the Xbox as well, which is probably due next month from this video. I would say, it's what we're in now, February, so yeah, it's probably going to be March, early March I would have thought, and that's going to give you the option to pin at least 2 games into quick resume. So if you've got a couple of games that you use all the time, you're going to be able to store them in here permanently, and then you can do what I just did then, like this. So say you use Halo and Forza, or your 2 games you play permanently, you'll be able to pin them so that they never leave, even if you play other games, and then you can just jump straight back in. On the whole, absolutely made up with this. I can't really fault it. It's worth every penny to me. And I do have my other mobile device that I have is a Game Vanguard, which is the big case with the screen inside it. It's bigger than this, it's got a bigger screen, but it is only a 720p screen, and it only does 30 frames per second. So this is a big upgrade. Even though it's a smaller screen, this is a much bigger upgrade, to the point where I'm probably gonna have to just get rid of the Game Vanguard case now, because it's redundant. This is so much smaller, more compact, easier to travel with. The Vanguard case is vast, you know, so, and it takes up a lot of room, especially if you're going on holiday. It's like taking another suitcase with you. So this is a bit more manageable. And there it is, and that is everything. Just a quick update on the power inverter. Still not even warm. The fan is on very slowly. I can feel a slight breeze coming out of it, but it's a cool breeze, so it's doing its job perfectly. Yeah, I made up with that. That's money well spent, and that is it. So I'm just going to say goodbye and leave you with that. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, share and subscribe, and I will hopefully have some more videos soon. Thank you and take care. Bye bye.